Alright everybody, so I don't know what happened to the 150 video that I made prior, but it is all kinds of goofed up. I don't know what went on with that editing, but it went crazy. So I'm going to do a quick little recap, and kind of go over my gear a little bit here. So I rock dragon crossbow for my range gear, the Guthix D-hide body and top. I do brimstone boots and ring, just because it's a little easier. I camp ruby bolts. I don't like to bring other bolts because I'm lazy. Helmet of Nita's Knot, I camp that the entire time. Ava's, I camp that as well. And Barrow's gloves. And for melee, I will rock thorax plate, body plate, legs, and abyssal dagger. I'm thinking of swapping that out for obsidian because I don't really need to be very tanky. Magic, I got blood bark, trident of the swamp. I do have a blowpipe switch. When things get low, I do swap to it. I bring in the Karis Partisan for Kefri. Makes Kefri a lot easier. DDS is for phase 2 of the final boss. I use my adrenalines and spec the snot out of that core. For the invocations, I don't recommend running hardcore like I do. I just have faith that I'm not going to die. I would run softcore. It's going to bring down your stuff by 10, so you do have to throw in one more 10 in there. You can put the 40-minute timer. Usually you'll make that. I have Lively Larva, just makes the larva more annoying. The Blowing Mud, a lot more poop. Aerial Salt makes her attack in a much larger area. It's like a 2x3. I got 3 of Crocs on. His don't really make any difference. He's just super easy. I would turn on Akkas, but I don't like dealing with them, so I just go with Baba. I'll do the extra shockwave. Sarcophagus will deal bonus damage, and banana peels. Sometimes I'll put on Mind the Gap, depends how I'm feeling. And then I crank up the last fight. I wouldn't recommend that unless you're used to the last fight. You can put Mind the Gap on. You just have to be very mindful. But a lot of people will put On a Diet on, or even Quiet Prayers. I don't like to personally put either of them on. So I like to compensate with everything else. But yeah, it's pretty simple. I got super combats, ranging potion, antidote, stamina pot. I usually take 5 restores. I'm just taking a little extra. It's my first raid of the day, so I'm just taking a little extra brews and restores. But I'll take 5 restores, and I'll usually take 5 or 6 brews, and that's it. And I take enough runes for Blood Burst because I am 82 magic. But we'll go ahead and get started in this raid. I'm going to start with the old crocodile, and I will meet you guys there. Alright, totally had a complete miscalculation, and definitely didn't miss a jug and die for it, but we're back again. I was saying before how easy this boss is. Just pot up and run at him and shoot him to death. I still mess up the pots here and there. I don't know how I still do, but that's his range attack. Just trying to avoid that. Pray for it. You can pray till like the literal tick it hits you. I think you get a tick after it hits you to do your prayer flicks if you want to. I don't care that much. Pretty lazy when it comes to my prayer. And I ran back into that. This boss is genuinely super easy. I don't really ever have a problem with him. And yes, I do recommend using a crossbow. You can try and blowpipe him the entire time. Probably not going to have the best of times. At least with the crossbow you have the chance to proc hundreds. Even though for some reason I'm not. That, I guess when you complain about it, it happens. And with these jugs, I like to watch them as they're coming out. kind of gives your eyes a placement to where they're going, rather than waiting for them to land and then looking around, trying to run and figure things out while things are going crazy and basically just die. I am probably going to swap to my blowpipe in a second. Use it as a heal. And you can attack him instantly after you attack one of those little jugs. It's pretty helpful information. Hoping I don't have to take a second dose here. Probably will. Lagged out. Oof. Got lucky. You'll get pathed into poison like that a lot. It is super obnoxious. It drives me nuts sometimes. I am 100% gonna have to drink another dose here. It sucks. Won't have to drink a third though. Come on. There you go. 150 croc, super easy. Got 2 doses. No doses on the bruise, good to go. Alright. Starting on the second easiest boss here. Messed up on the last one and was not paying attention. I really should have warmed up before I started this video. That's alright. Yeah, that's what I'm talking about. But again, I like when I get my dung, I like to stack it here in this corner. Run to my right. Keeps me access on the mage, gives me access to the range. Nothing's out of my reach. I don't have too much of a problem. I always use Karis here. Karis is better than whatever you got. Honestly, I think it's even better than the rapier, if I'm not mistaken. But the Fang is definitely a lot better than it. Yeah, the rapier might even be good in these lower tiers. I couldn't tell you that much, though. Come on, go down. Thank you. Take care of this guy real quick. Make sure you watch out for them suicide bombers. They're extra chunky. Come on. Here, I will do my best to take care of whatever swarms I can. You are not going to get all of them in a solo, ever. You're just trying to save as much as you can in terms of HP. Should really make a better mechanic for that in solos. Because in duos, you can make this dude have 1 HP. It's hilarious. And especially trios. Come on with these zeros. If you do happen to have claws, it's good to spec the mage guy. I have a DDS, so I don't really try. My Abyssal Dagger, I tried a couple times and it doesn't hit very well, so I just like to use the Partisan. Don't feel like it's worth risking that much damage, because if you let him charge up, he will annihilate you. Gotcha. Here, I'll just ignore the scarabs. I'll take care of these extras. They do heal the boss, so I don't like to leave them up. My DPS is horrible enough. Don't need anybody healing the guy. Oof. About stayed in that. I think you can stack here about 7 times or something. You'll know you're out when it's right here. It'll keep stacking in one corner at a time. Just gonna pray piety here. Hope for the best. It's close. Yep, I got one more. $69. Would have preferred 100, but 69 will do. That's the last one. Now it'll shoot just straight up. I really need some hits here. Oh, I guess I wasn't up. Oops. That makes a lot of sense. Well, don't do what I did. Remember your pots, boys. It'll save you a 5-minute Kefri. That's funny. Anywho's, I'm doing pretty solid on restores and everything here. I'm going to... That's really nice. I'm genuinely surprised with that chaos. But I really prefer to take these towards the end, so I'm just going to go with the power. It leaves you a little RNG reliant, but it's just better that way. Totally forgot to start recording, but I am in the middle of Akka. I run him around the room, and then right here, I'm going to go for the furthest point. Helps keep spawns a little longer. And prey range here, he's in his melee phase. I say melee phase, you gotta melee him here. Just that a little bit. I'm personally gonna save my spec. I like to use the blowpipe spec. Give me a little HP back. Prey mage here and range him. That was beautiful. Only a 40. Must have been capped or something. But I usually spec his minions. They have a lot less defense. A little more guaranteed to hit on them. Like, yeah, you can spec him but you're not quite guaranteed to hit him. Oof, my mage is awful. Yellow, white, yellow, white. Very simple. Some HP back there. Some more HP back there. So that was pretty nice. I got a good 30 HP back there. It's a good reason why I like to use that. And I like to stay very high in this fight, because when you get to this final phase, it gets ridiculous. This is actually quite a fast Akka for my gear set. And I like to blow pipe the shadows. They have pretty low defense, and I feel like my range chews through them. White, yellow, black, yellow. There's a butterfly method you can look up for this. I don't personally do it because I'm not that sweaty. I don't know how to do it, I'm just kind of running in circles. But there's like a method where you can get them not to hit you and sit here and run them around. Alright, and for the horrible part. Personally, hate this part. Oh, I should be praying mage here. Pray mage, it saves you a lot of HP. Die, please. Thank you. That last phase can get really bad really fast. But I will see you guys at Baba. Alright. I did my monkeys a little sloppy, so I lost like 2 brews, but we'll be fine. Baba's super easy. I don't usually have a problem with this guy. Just run at him face first, drop a spec! That's pretty common. That always happens. But quite honestly, he has super low defense. He, she, probably she. It's really a simple fight. Don't ever use up much of anything here unless I mess up. Or he just constantly hits through my prayer, or one of the two. But it's never usually a problem here. I always take care of the minions. They are a pain in my bum. If I can get some better hits here. Honestly, really contemplating just camping Guthans in this place. It's saving a lot of brews. Be a lot less worried all the time. If I do not have the faster boulders on, I will use my crossbow, as I can one-shot with it, and I cannot with my stinky blowpipe, because my range level is awful. Almost got me. Yeah, once you get used to these mechanics, you should never really have a problem with lava. Just a quick little tank and spank. Try to chill next to your boulders. Another tip, the closer you are to this rock down here, the faster you can push your phases. I was hoping for a Ruby Bolt proc there. Did not get one. I'm gonna blow this on a minion. Oh yeah, that's what I'm talking about. Ugh, it sucks. I'm just gonna leave him. Oh, I thought he got off of it. I was like, what? I gotta be kind of careful here. I can definitely get comboed at this HP from him hitting and him hitting. So I'm just gonna be a little mindful. Ooh. I'm gonna be safe and chug a brew. We're towards the end anyway. Come on, go down. Oh, goodness. Ooh, I'm gonna eat there. Safety first, kids. Go down. Thank you. You did not want to go down. Alright, I will see you guys at the final boss. Alright, before I enter the final boss room, I'm going to go over which supplies I took. I took the power first. I always take power first because it gives you 2 salts and adrenaline. I use the adrenaline on the final phases, on that being phase 2 and the final part of phase 3. And then second, I 99% of the time take life. Unless for some reason my life is worse than my chaos, in which case I'll take chaos. But that is almost never the case. There's a good reason I like to leave on a diet off. These silk dressings are absolutely wonderful. I adore these things. I mean, there's a good 200, 300 HP in these. I would personally recommend leaving them on if you're just doing simple little 150s. But if you're going for points and wanting to bump up stuff, just turn it off. I personally just love to have them. Scarabs are great. Yeah, they give you like 70 or 80 prayer points. Really nice to have. And then these are just your brews and restores, salt. Adrenaline that I didn't grab. The adrenaline I will only use for my DDS spec, which I'm going to leave there and DDS the snot out of the core when I get the chance. But I look like I am ready to go. I think I'm actually going to tank this side so I don't have to deal with Kefri's 3x3 attack. That can get annoying. So I'm going to just go ahead and do that. I am not getting very lucky with these hits right now. Wow. This is going to be healthy. Oof, this is really unlucky. I do not ever hit that many zeros. In solos, you don't ever have to worry about these balls. You just gotta tank them. You gotta do what you gotta do. Man. Getting cremated by this defense right now. I went ahead and used the spec for some HP because this is ridiculous. I have never personally had this last this long. This is awful. Don't be too depressed if it lasts too long, but man, this is painful. Yeah, we're still going for zeros here. Got a 2 and an 8. Come on, there you go. You're hitting now. Tank another 29. That sucks. Jeez. That was disgusting. This guy always starts off mage first. That being, you have to start with mage. I don't think this one chases you. Yeah, no. That was just bad luck. But that's fine. Not gonna worry myself. I'm gonna go run over here. In this corner, you cannot get hit by those. That is something really good to remember. That was really late on my part. I was not paying attention. That 2 down is not happening. Now he's range. If you want to dodge this, it's better to get, well, don't get walked back into it, but it's better to get up here in this area. That way you're not dodging 5, 6 squares. You're just dodging 1, 2, or 3. Just a lot easier to deal with. Yeah, definitely not getting a 2 down here. That was a little slow. A lot of slow. See, there's a good reason I like my silks, though. I've not really touched a brew. Gonna run to this corner. Missed my prayers. I do like to keep my HP high. I do not like to risk my HP. There's no sense in it. If you get scared and think you need an ambrosia, don't hesitate. Just below that sucker. They're not that important. Ooh, that's a yellow click. And be very mindful of yellow clicks. They happen a lot more than you want them to here. Like, it gets really annoying. Thought I had no spec there. That ran out a while ago. I'm gonna take out one of these, 2 of those. Grew up a bit. And I am going to range here. He is very weak to range. Do not melee, you're gonna have a really bad time. Nice little 100. Love to see them. If you're using a crossbow, you're going to lose an attack throughout this. Just got dead clicked. So you usually get 2 attacks for his 3. So I move there instead of attacking. Same concept. Stay high. Don't risk your HP, it's not worth it. I'm even going to take off my defender for a little extra bonus. I really need to start bringing a offhand. It's pointless for me not to be running it. It's just saying, hey, I don't want to do as much damage as I can, you know? And I've been running these on more dead clicks. My other account, a lot more geared up, and I'm pretty dry on it. I don't got T-bow or nothing like that, but I think I'm 25 dry of 200s, which isn't horrible, honestly. But I was running trios and stuff, so it's a little ridiculous to not see anything there. So I'm kind of hoping in this video I see something. Be pretty cool, but I'm not expecting it in a 150. You can go very dry in 150 solo. And I mean very dry. This fight is gonna put me to sleep. There's 100. That's nice to see. Alright, and this is where you need to start watching your prayers. I don't recommend running this guy if you don't like watching multiple things. Just because he can change his attacks a lot. And it'll mess you up. Good to see another 100 there. Another 100. Love to see him. Ooh, beautiful. Oh, I get magic attacked? Here, I'm going to swap to my blowpipe. Just wouldn't make sense to be running ruby bolts at 100 HP. You're not going to hit as much as you, under normal circumstances, can. But the second I can push him into phase, I will swap back to my crossbow for a second. Not for very long, but... if I can hit with this thing, goodness. Oh, I'm not salted anymore. Oh, immediately helped. He should phase now. There he goes. That's... definitely don't want that. This is just a game of watch the ground. I like to keep my eyes down here. I'm able to kind of see what's going on over here. it's really just a game of concentration. Don't worry too much about him, what's going on with him. It's gonna be better if I swap here. Forgot about my adrenaline. You're basically just watching the ground. Oof, that hurt. I was watching the ground a little too hard. Ambrosias are your friend. If I could hit here, that'd be really cool. Jeez. I was hitting so many zeros. That's a long one for me, honestly. I don't know why that went so long. Pray for a purple. Not expecting it, but I would love to see it. No purple. Blue gem, though? Speed this stuff up. That's awful. Well, 1 hour for 30k loot, guys. That is my best moneymaker I've ever had. That is sarcasm. That is awful. The loot's usually not that bad. But that's a good little 150 in terrible gear. A little tired today, so it was pretty slow. 40 minutes is awful. 48 in total. No AFK there for a minute, though. But yeah, I'm going to keep cranking up and swapping out gear and making things a little better and keep you guys updated on what's going on.